So Childlaw are, well, our tagline is Lawyers for Children and Young People, which is basically what it says on the tin.
I'm Fiona, this is Alison, for those of you who don't know us. Thank you all for coming. It's great to see so many people here, friends old and new, so fantastic. And a special welcome to members of the Children's Parliament. We're really super excited that you guys are here today. And
the reason we're here today is because we wanted to have a conference to mark our 10-year anniversary. So I'm really pleased to hear from Bruce Adamson, who's the Children and Young People's Commissioner Scotland.
It's great to be amongst friends, old and new, and special welcome to members of the Children's Parliament. And I love the fact that on the list of all the people that are here today, you're described as human rights defenders, because that's what you are. And I'm really looking forward to hearing from you later today about the exciting work that you have been doing and will be doing in the future.
We've made promises to children and young people to protect the special nature of childhood. We've made promises that every child in Scotland and in the world should grow up in an environment of happiness and love and understanding. We've also promised that we'll listen to them, that we'll make sure that they are part of decision making. And that means not just the things that directly affect them, but in terms of how we run society. So children and young people's voices have to be clear in things like how we set our national budgets. And people in power need to listen to children and young people and then report back to them about how they're making their lives better.
Make sure that everyone knows it, because if you think about it, some people at school just look about and they have absolutely no idea what the rights are.
And what if none of them were able to happen? What if they all just said no?
Well, that's why we need the law to change, so that we can go to a hearing, go to a court and say this isn't happening.
Maybe you're still not maintaining that content.
Well, maybe they could do maybe a big broadcast.
The younger ones can alter it a little bit more than it does with Craig.
They might feel like they don't want to see him, or they might feel like they want to see him really bad because they might not have seen him for ages.
We also chatted about how much Ellie and Chloe will actually remember of their older siblings.
We've just come from our first workshop and we had a number of children and young people there, and it's great to hear their experience, but also hearing the things they say and how simple it is, and really, just the way it should be. They want something, well, why can't they get it? We're not asking for something massive, or we're asking for something that every other brother and sister get without asking for.
The important work that we're doing on children as human rights defenders recognises that it's been 20 years since the UN Declaration on Human Rights Defenders, but most of that work has been focused on adults. And we know from inspirational examples like Malala and others that children can play a hugely important role in changing the world for the better. But children in Scotland are also doing that. Children in Scotland are really leading the way in terms of showing how children's voices and their experiences can be a demand for change to ensure that their rights are fulfilled.
Once we got back from Geneva, 4 of us were selected to participate in the first ever Cabinet meeting with the Scottish Youth Parliament and the Cabinet. We discussed important issues such as teachers, bullying and children's rights. We returned this March to find that they had taken on some of our feedback/opinions. We'll be going back next year to talk about our experience as being children as human rights defenders.
And the work that we're doing with members of the Children's Parliament, with the Youth Parliament, with civil society organisations across Scotland is about taking the voice and experience of children and young people, all the things that we've been doing really well, and taking them and sharing them with the rest of the world, and learning from children and young people in other countries and bringing that all back to Scotland.
At the same time, we are currently working on a project with Children's Parliament and Bruce the Commissioner to speak to children across Scotland about their views on which rights they feel need to be defended in Scotland today. We will take this knowledge with us to Geneva in September, as well as taking 5 giant shields which share messages from children in Scotland.
Happy birthday to you! Happy birthday to you!